All right, so good afternoon, everybody. Wow, the lights are blinding. This is great. Thank you very much for being here. I'm really grateful to share with you a few perspectives on how to drive 100x growth, drive love, and drive advocacy. How do you get people to say nice things about your brand, right? Now, I have a confession to make. We've got 15 minutes. I've got 158 slides, so I'm going to speak a little fast, all right? Stay with me. No, I'm kidding. We don't have 158 slides. I've got a few reels that I will show you. If you've got popcorn, please take that out. And there'll be a paper-based activity, right? So with that said, let's get right into it. And, this is, okay, let's watch this reel first.
Now this is Vegas. To a night we'll never forget. What happened last night?
Am I missing a tooth?
Oh. Whose baby is that?
Check its collar or something.
I looked everywhere.
Nobody's seen Doug.
I don't think I've ever been this hungover.
What's on your arm? You were in the hospital last night.
Wow, right? I mean, I know that's some sort of an experience. There are many ways to describe what sort of an experience that is. One word that comes to mind is exceptional. I don't think this is the kind of exceptional experience you want to give to your customers. But yes, that's one type. So what I'd love to share with you is how do you deliver exceptional experiences to consumers again and again that don't sort of look like this? And going by the line of, in God we trust, and everyone else should bring data. So I have brought some data. Data proves that experience, you've read the first line already, I know, but the second one is where the money is. 66% of consumers said they would be willing to pay more for an exceptional experience. And the story gets better. You can see the right-hand side things. Research, this is research that PwC has done with thousands of consumers in India, globally, and all of that put together. Consumers that have an exceptional experience versus even a very good one are 2+ times more likely to again buy from you or say good things about you. So with that said, one of the first things that exceptional experiences have is they are coherent. A bit of a funny word, but you can read what's there. Essentially, it's seamless. It just feels like this was easy. It was good to kind of, like, yeah, that was natural. That's exactly what I would do. Like, when you want to talk, you take out a phone, put it to your ear, do it, right? You want to take a picture, you do this. Coherent experiences are mind-bogglingly simple and extremely complicated to deliver because they're working really hard behind the scenes. On the face of it, it looks easy. Let me just ask some of you, if you've had a coherent experience in the recent past, can you raise your hand? Yeah, I see 0 hands. It's extremely difficult to do. That is what gives exceptional experiences. Randomly, yaar, download karo, lag ho raha hai, ye karo, wo karo. Coherence is lost. Exceptional experience, gone to the dogs. The consumer is very likely not coming back for you, right? With that said, this is the next dimension of an exceptional experience. And I'd like you to watch this movie. You can play the music up.
So have you figured out a way to work the wheel into it?
We know it's hard because wheels aren't really seen as exciting technology, even though they are the original.
Well, technology is a glittering lure. But there's the rare occasion when the public can be engaged on a level beyond flash, if they have a sentimental bond with the product.
Teddy told me that in Greek, nostalgia literally means the pain from an old wound. It's a twinge in your heart, far more powerful than memory alone. This device isn't a spaceship. It's a time machine. It goes backwards and forwards. It takes us to a place where we ache to go again. It's not called the wheel. It's called the carousel.
Good luck at your next meeting.
Exceptional experiences make you feel like that. They tug at something very deeply emotional within you. They're personal. They make you feel belonged. They make you feel like you're heard, like someone gets you. That is a personal experience. There is technology out there to figure out how to personalize, the navigation for every person who's coming to my website. That's based on anecdotal data or MoEngage, plug for you. They've got technology for doing some of that, right? The question is not what are people doing. The question is why are they doing it? Once you figure that out, we can make personalized experiences and deliver them at scale for consumers. That leads to exceptional experiences. Now you know the drill. Here's the next clip.
Un día yo voy a ser presidente de la República de Colombia. Y bien, me gano la vida haciendo negocios, así que pues fresco, tranquilo. Ustedes pueden aceptar mi negocio o aceptar las consecuencias. Plata o plomo.
Plata or plomo. I know it's probably a bad comparison, but consumers treat us like Pablo Escobar did to the cops. If the experience we deliver to them at different touch points is not engaging, they give us the lead, plomo. And they love to shoot. They will just shoot out of your sight, out of your brand, out of your store. They're not going to engage. Oops, the engaging G is down there, so that's probably a bullet that I should take. You're probably not coming back for another presentation. I'm kidding. Don't get that in your head, right? But engaging experiences they evoke the senses, and when done right, they will keep you coming back, and they evoke different senses, but mostly positive emotions within consumers. Now, in our entire consumer journey that you are and your brand has different touch points with, you could create exceptional experiences and engaging experiences throughout. More power to you if you can do that. But you know what? There is a little bit of a hack on this. And this is to do with the way we humans are wired. And I know all of you are perfect. I'm not. Some of the psychologists who've done research on how we process knowledge and memories and how memories are made have come up with this rule called the peak-end rule. So if you give someone an experience, you would think, pura soch ke batayenge ke kaisa laga, right? No, that's not how it goes. We don't average out how we felt throughout. We actually just think about the best or the worst experience we had during that time, and we think about how it ended. And our perception of that incident is based on the peak and the end experience itself. Figure out for your brand what are the peak and end experiences, make them engaging. Put your money in making them stellar. Going on to the next one.
Rick Sorkin? Excuse me, Mr. Sorkin, you are 5 minutes late. Is there a reason why I should let you in?
I'm just trying to ditch the cops, okay? I don't really care if you let me in or not.
How the hell did you know they were the police?
I read this novel in elementary school, and it was the exact same thing.
And why'd you ask them what time it was?
Throw them off. I mean, what kind of drug dealer asks a cop what time it is when he's got a briefcase full of pot, right?
We should hire you. Unfortunately, we only hire from Harvard.
What if I told you that I consume knowledge like no one you've ever met, and I've actually passed the bar?
I'd say you're full of crap.
That's a Barbary legal handbook right there, right? Open it up. Read me something. Anything.
Civil liability associated with agency is based on several factors,
Including the deviation of the agent from his path, the reasonable inference of agency on behalf of the plaintiff, and the nature of the damages themselves.
How did you know that?
I learned it when I studied for the bar.
Mind-blowing, right? How many times can you blow someone's mind? It's kind of tough, right? Brands that go really big on one area that helps them stand out from the crowd are distinctive. One of the thoughts I had was, and again, another confession, didn't have the time or I got lazy, was to try and put all the brands that are here in this D2C summit on this slide and request you to figure out which one of them are popping out for you. The marketplace is like that. It's very difficult to be distinctive. You could, again, invest if you've got the money and the time and the resources. You could invest in making sure everyone hears you, everyone engages with you, everyone experiences you, and all of that is fabulous. But in order to be distinctive, the hack is to go really big on one thing that stands out for your brand. One of the ways to do that is maybe use sound. Maybe, use senses. We are all humans. We are wired to process knowledge like that very rapidly, and it stays with us much longer. The way to do that would be to figure out, again, with your customer journey, your consumer's journey, and your brand's intersection with that, over-index on high emotional touchpoints and high-frequency touchpoints. Go big on putting time, money, and the passion of your people towards that quadrant, that right-hand quadrant. Being consultant, it's easy to do 2x2s, but go there. After that, if you still have kind of the time or the money or the energy or the passion, come down there where there's lower involvement but a lot of frequency of engagement, right? Make that efficient. Just make that easy for the person. Go back to coherence. Make it coherent. Now, that's distinctive. Every exceptional experience has these 4 characteristics. If we deliver these again and again and again, you get love. You build love. You also help people articulate why they really like you. And people would love to talk about you when you do this. So now, peeling the onion. Okay, fine. Ye 4 parameters. How the heck do you do that? Like, I knew it's great to do personalization and all of that. What's the big story? The big story is, coming up in a minute, grab a piece of paper, quickly tear it out from the pad that you have. Everyone, chop, take a piece of paper out. And what I'd like you to do is make a paper aeroplane in the next 30 seconds. Can we have the music, please? Yes. Come on, you can do better, Kunjal. Yeah, but make it. Done? Okay, यहाँ तो बहुत तेज है, 30 seconds की ज़रूरत नहीं है. Very good. Now what you can do is you've got something like this or something different, I'm sure. On one side of it, write down your name, please. On one of the wings, write down your name. Yes? It's okay, your privacy will be protected. Don't worry. Just write your name. On the other wing, write down what are you feeling? Emotion. If you overthink it, your brain will tell you something else. Just write down. Don't worry about it. There's no judgment that's going to happen. Write down the emotion you're feeling. Got it? All right, fantastic. Now, everyone, I'd love for you to throw this plane at the stage, but if you feel like you can point it at me as well, you can come up closer, and 3, 2, okay, I know, I'm sorry, I didn't cue it right, so I will say 1, 2, 3, and then at the count of 3, you can throw it. 1, 2, 3. All right, so there's one on the stage. Let's see. Now the point is, sorry? All right, so this is Anish's paper. Who knows Anish? Tera plane wahi reh gaya. No problem. Nobody knows Anish very well? Okay, great. What do you think he's written as the emotion here? Any guesses? Happy, anxious? Anxious? Okay. You know, it's very hard to know what someone else is feeling. You may think you know. You may have a shared experience. Everyone's takeaway is very different. In order to know people, there is no shortcut. You need to spend time with them. Anish has written impressed, which is very good. Thanks. That's the right emotion. But having said that, I mean, the point is, the point is, you've got to look at the world from the consumer who you're after, from their eyes. You've got to look at the world from their perspective. You've got to feel what they're feeling. You've got to think what they are thinking. You've got to, and you can do that when you almost literally can step in their shoes and spend a day like them. That is when you can get really rich information around what are they thinking but not saying. What are they feeling but not saying. When you tap into that is when you can create experiences that are coherent, that are personalized, that are distinctive and engaging. And when you do that again and again and again is when you can drive 100x growth and love and advocacy. I love to use this line that I've learned from Kevin Robertson, Saatchi and Saatchi, which again, this is the third layer of how do you get to know people really well. I know it sounds great to say, "Dunya dekho unki taraf se," and all that. You do that by not going to the jungle, to the zoo, sorry. You go to the jungle. What I mean by that is, you do a focus group interview, people will very likely try and tell you what they think you want to hear. You do some tracking on some website and this and that, you'll get to know what they're doing, you won't know why are they doing it, like that. You sit with that person for 1 hour and be genuinely interested in knowing them, you'll very likely get an insight of why does she do things like that, or why does she do it like this or like that, or why does he, shave before taking a shower, the Bombay Shaving Company person said. So I would urge you to not go to the zoo, go to the jungle, and make experiences stellar. When you do that, money to aayega hi, maza bhi aayega. Like it's going to be awesome for everybody. And that's a wrap, guys. I would love to connect, maybe answer any questions. I think the time is up. It's on -250. So Anish, thank you very much for the extension. But yes, I would love to answer any questions. All of this is not based on a figment of my imagination. It's backed up by research. Would love. Yes. Okay. Anyone? Question?
So when you say personalization or make it personal, how do you differentiate that with customization and personalization? Like, what's the boundary line between those?
I think that's semantics, if you will, customization or personalization. Or personalization, for example, for me means not stereotyping. Understanding exactly what a person loves and knows beyond demography. So you can't say a 50-something guy would never have heard of Olivia Rodrigo. It's brutal out here. I love that song. You can't say that a 20-year-old always shuts out the rest of the world and is earphones on, not connected with other people. I think knowing that and not stereotyping them and then giving them something based on what are they thinking and feeling would be personalization. Doing that on a mass scale is where the challenge lies. So you could customize by saying, at a broad category level, here are some customized experiences. Pick and choose which one you want. Personalization is like the Cheers bar. It dates me, but there's this serial around Cheers which say, you love to go to places where people know your name. That is personalization. Yaar, tu to mere ko janta hai, bhai hai. Right? That is personalization. All right, that is that.